Hey everyone, welcome to my next Let's Play, Code Vein. I am here joined with, in alphabetical order please.
I'm Double Negative.
I'm NGDBSS.
And I'm Solitaire. Welcome to Code Geass.
Hey, can you hear me?
So, this game is what if I took Dark Souls but made it really anime?
So Dark Souls.
Well, what if you also made a spiritual successor to God Eater?
Yeah, I hear there's a connection to God Eater. Maybe I'll do that game next.
It's a bunch of tenuous connections and cameos, I'll put that out. Like, people are trying to connect it together, but it's like, eh. You have to fudge some stuff.
Gotcha. So, here, the character creator, I'm sure anyone who's heard of this game knows about the character creator. You can choose all kinds of hair colors, the extensions, you can extend how much the extensions go out, you could give yourself all kinds of shiny anime hair. Gotta say, they kind of dropped the ball with the face options though, but they'll make it up with all the pupils you can choose for your character. And
Is that like
don't
20 pupils?
Yes.
yeah.
20?
And
You
if you,
underestimate this.
yeah, and if that's not enough pupils, why, you can pick the other pupil as well.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so this video, it's about 20 minutes of me creating my character. You know, you gotta lead in strong. So, would you guys give up tonight to watch this instead of doing whatever?
Sleep.
Pretty much the same.
And my god, look at all of these eyebrow options.
Oh yeah.
Look
it's
at it
so
waggle.
Nuts.
And
Also, in my case, I just got finished playtesting.
Oh, that makes you a better co-commentator than I would ever be. So I've already pre-made a character, and I gotta say, this character looks a lot like my Final Fantasy XIV character with this outfit. So I was like, hey,
Cool.
I gotta stick with that.
My Final Fantasy XIV character might be a bit too beefy for this character creator.
Now.
Probably not.
Or
There's a certain amount of modding for this game.
Of course there is.
Of course.
And, like, given the type of game it is, there's going to be some things with the not safe for work tags, but the real weird thing is that there are some things under the not safe for work tags that are actually, like, interesting. Some of them even safe for work.
you can always tell when someone's using those not safe for word mods, can't you?
There are things you will need to know in your new life.
Yeah, there's a specific comic that really calls that out.
I say, are you implying that I'm running one of those mods?
The best way to learn about it is to try it for yourself.
Once again, we have the Japanese fascination with blood types here.
But you are different.
Yeah. So I'm forgive me for kind of cutting the tutorial fights out. I feel like I could probably explain it a little bit better, but I'm just leaving in the story beats here.
Yeah.
Come, look deeply.
That way, just do you really want to see me kind of walk around a dude for a couple minutes?
You picked it up, right? The
Not really.
disappearance of your blood code has
I mean, that's the rest of the game, so.
limitless capabilities. Not only can
Well,
you change blood codes, but you can
Also, in case Double Negative and Solitaire
think of others can become
wondering, yes, my Discord avatar is this character we're talking
the
to.
only one who can do this.
Ah.
It is
Your blood is the
kind of a
only
joke.
creature you have.
because with enough mods, you can sort of play as her, and
Now,
it turns the story on its head, but it's still harmonious with everything that's going on, is what I'll say.
Right.
But that's not what we're doing right now. We're doing,
Are we done seek lusting
Lael's
then?
faceless nobody.
Yeah, currently done with the tutorial. Now it's more story. But one thing I'll want to,
welcome
going back to the
back.
character creator, while I did make this character after my Final Fantasy XIV character, the reason I did not also add the cattail and ears is that you still have the human ears, so that's kind of weird. And also, the cattail is like a leather rope attached to your hip. It looks really bad. Yeah. Maybe I'll insert a little thing in the top right here showing that off.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, in post editing, I'll add something showing off that tail, because it's really bad. And for a game like this, considering its art style, that's kind of surprising.
Don't worry. It's okay. I don't remember either.
What happened to your face?
You know, record-breaking heat this year. Forgot to put on the lotion.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Over
We'll
there.
find out what the diegetic reason for it is.
I mean, honestly, this does kind of look like California right now, so I mean, just less fires.
Less spikes, too.
I think I came through here when I was playing New Vegas last.
Yeah, this does look like the shell buildings.
It's dry, isn't it?
Building shells, I mean.
We can go slowly.
As an aside,
am
I have
proud
to
of
go
you.
slowly. I cannot run.
Yeah, at this point you just kind of limp along.
Just a bit farther.
Then I'm like, oh hey, this is probably gonna be a good chance to
We're
show off some
all
of
right.
the disaster porn of this area.
A spring
'Cause we
will
won't be
slake
seeing it
our
for a bit.
thirst.
It is visually striking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say I absolutely love the environment in this game.
That main character looks about as tired as I am.
It seems everyone, everywhere, is thirsty.
Do I make the obvious
There's a
thirst joke?
spring that will cure that thirst. One that weeps tears of blood.
Nah, I think I'll be a little classy this go around.
That's what they said, anyway. This way.
Now, in about 10-15 seconds, if you could pay close attention to the character's face, or I guess
It's
right now
alright.
actually, I don't know
It's
if I am
alright.
hallucinating something, but do her lips and tattoo also brighten up with her eyes?
I've seen the tattoo brighten up.
Okay, so it's not just me.
Pretty sure I saw her lips brighten up as well.
I wonder if I did a full face tattoo, if that would have lit up.
The full face makeup, yeah, that might do something different.
You really can't skip any days when watering plants.
Nah. As they say, you really do gotta put in your blood, sweat, and tears.
Most of the time they don't mean that literally.
So, it is you.
I thought it was blood, toil, tears, and sweat.
You can slack off every now and then.
Do those look do those look right to you?
Here.
I mean,
This
that
is
is
for
one
you.
hell of a, I don't know the proper botanical term, but man, it grew quick. I say this as a guy who used to work in a produce department.
A new spring and a fresh source of labor. Ha ha! We really hit the jackpot. Get up. It's time for a bit of fun.
Gotta say, that is the best well fuck face I've ever seen in a game.
feet. We're about to go hunt for blood beads. Hurry up and get ready.
And she couldn't wake you up for it.
Nah, apparently they just dragged us in the same position.
Whoa, keep it down. Your friend just fell asleep.
They are very considerate slavers.
Oh, hey, gameplay.
So, what happened to your masks?
Just sat there for a second before realizing the game returned
Forgotten
control.
about those too, have you? I'll tell you whatever you want to know, but first, go back there and put on a purifier mask.
So, you know all that effort that you would put into, like, your character's face? Well, now you wear a mask.
Check your gear and come up.
I like it. It's a troll.
Looks like the folks upstairs.
This is also like
Well,
Final
I can
Fantasy
wait,
14.
More importantly, that mask suits you.
Oh, yeah?
Without those things, we revenants will join the ranks.
The funny thing is that they're, well, why am I saying funny thing? Of course there's a mod to make the masks transparent. That said,
That pretty
Oh.
much covers what I can
questions than I
teach you.
remember.
Yeah, I put that at the end of this video. So it's still here, just if you don't care about the lore, feel free to click off.
There's no way we're gonna find blood beads.
That
This
said,
is all
you
dried
probably
up, and
want to
the
leave the
miasma keeps
masks
getting
on
thicker.
for most of the cutscenes
Telling us to look
because
for blood beads
turns
here
out,
is just crazy.
you know, the characters' lips aren't animated if they've got masks on most of the time.
You're just thinking the words really hard at them.
I guess.
Still be alive. My soul
That is
died
hella
long ago.
funny.
No one could stay sane after dying again and again and again and again.
So,
I keep... Go
Go
ahead.
I was gonna say, so just
I
a
have nothing left.
quick TLDR of what the guy would have told us. Basically, we are like pseudo-vampires.
They might live
We
in
died,
safety,
came back to life.
but because of
There's a
their
mist in
levy,
the air
we
that
have to
requires us
risk
to
our
wear these
necks to
masks,
collect
otherwise
blood
we turn
beads.
into what the enemies are.
Just you wait.
And,
One day,
oh yeah,
we're
if
gonna
we
make
die, we come back to
thralls
life
out of
and
a whole
forget
lot.
stuff.
I mean, why would you say we're pseudo-vampires? We're just vampires, period.
Well, I mean, for one, we can go out in the sunlight and not sparkle like real vampires do.
Vampires haven't been doing that for more than a century. Since Nosferatu in the 20s
The view never
was an
improves,
unauthorized ripoff of,
Came back
well,
home after the war
adaptation of
against the
Dracula, but they had to, like,
The view
find a way to
never
kill the
improves,
vampire
does it?
after only putting in the
Came
first
back home
quarter
after
of the
war
plot.
against the queen and found this mist.
I bet we
Jeez.
can
Being close
I
to
bet
it
we can
causes
cross a
enough
whole
pain
bunch
to
of
drive you
rivers.
mad. So no one has ever crossed it. There's nowhere to go home to.
Oh,
Even
it took...
outside of this
Jesus
prison.
Christ, I can't believe it took me a minute to get that joke. And then I am going to leave in a little loading screens, because there is some lore in them if you want to
Oh
see
yeah,
that.
there's like 50 different entries in this. Not all of them show up at once. Because some of them are spoilers, but...
Dry.
Right.
The miasma's pretty thick. Damn it! We're running out of time before the next collection.
Yo, bro,
Everything's
your
ready.
hair is covering your
Right.
mask filter.
I'm on my way.
I don't think you can breathe.
All dried up, just like the others.
Yeah, all dried up. So there's no sense in searching with the miasma like this. Let's...
You know what these are, right?
Blood beads, right?
Yes, very good. Now I want you to search for blood beads in the tunnels ahead of here. You see, it's only a short time before the collectors come to take our levy. But once they do, I'm afraid we won't have any blood beads to give them. If we
This
don't
is like a
find
Dark
some,
Souls, right?
Silva's hounds will strip the
Yes.
shirts right off our
Well,
backs. Well,
this is...
that's the long and short
with-
of it.
These bits
Why
here...
does it have to be us?
Don't ask me.
It
The
ends up
stupid
being
levy
the...
system was Silva's idea.
As I
If you
put
have a
it,
complaint, I
sort
suggest
of
you take it up with him.
earnestly and accidentally
You lot go first.
anti-capitalist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just pay attention through the whole business. Like, the whole
There's
extent
a
of the
better time
game.
and place.
What happens with
For
blood?
now, we just have to obey.
Like here.
Next!
Right. I think there's literally a character who goes, "Oh,
Whoa
we need to
there.
have
You wait here with us.
spread the blood beads equally or something
You
like
can
that."
have this one back when you return. In exchange
Well,
for any blood
to make
beads
sure
you find, of course.
all the revenants can survive
Oh,
without
and
wounds.
I hear the hunter has been showing up around here lately. So make sure you don't all get killed.
Also, they took our friend, but for all they know, we're not actually friends. If they distrust me so much,
You
why don't
heard
they
him.
believe that I won't just leave her to dry?
Ouch. Hey, you okay? It looks like we can't get back up from here. We'll have to look for another way back. Oh, I'm Oliver Collins, by the way. Nice to meet you.
See, I was expecting to piece this together from the item descriptions of 12 different types of blood
Guess
bead.
it won't open.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is like Dark Souls, but there's cutscenes that deliver plot to you instead of item descriptions.
Yeah, Code Vein is more direct.
And yeah, so we now got our buddy Oliver following us around, which is a thing I prefer from Dark Souls, is
It's just
little
door
AI
that's
buddy
still
that
before they
talks to
turn
you and
into
whatnot.
real monsters. Or so I've heard.
Yeah, the game's
Sometimes it takes years for the
designed
transformation to
around
start.
having an AI
So
buddy.
we can just leave
In
them.
theory, you can skip
enemy?
out on one, but unless you want to, there's no good reason to.
Look at that big dumb hammer.
Oh, you just you wait. So here's the
Backstabs.
backstab animation. Yeah.
Holy shit!
This game is rated M for a reason.
That
It's
was
not-
awesome.
It's not because of what our friend was wearing. So, how many times of me doing that do you think it'll take before it starts to get old?
50.
At least 7 more.
Great work.
It won't.
So,
I've played this game a whole lot, and I am very practiced at the back drain, as it's called, animation.
yeah, that's like basically all the combat against anything that isn't a boss is to get behind it and then stab it.
For control.
Yeah, so yeah. Oh, hey, here's my own big dumbass weapon. Just rebar and a fucking pillar on it.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, that's a pretty good weapon.
Well, no.
So I get a proper heavy weapon, and then I get kind of confused on where my inventory is at.
Sure.
That was a big mood.
Yeah, the pipe and concrete block on rebar are just joke weapons you get at the start.
Yeah, pretty much. Now I can two-shot these dudes.
This is
And-
very important. Is there a weapon glamour system?
Don't believe so.
You see that too?
There
0
is
out
on
of 10 shit
Nexus.
So yeah, I'll need to look into that. But so just to kind of go back, when I had the pipe out, you noticed like I kind of like did like a little jump with like blue sparkles, and then once I had the axe, I did like a proper rolling. That's because there are weapon weights that affect your mobility, and when you have a really fast mobility, you can do that little blue sparkle dodge. But as you get weighed down more and more, it goes into a roll that like takes longer to go through.
Yeah, there's kind of like you expect from. I don't know if it's all Soulsborne games, but at least most of them. You've got the dash, which is really fast, a sort of medium roll, and then a slow roll.
Right.
But the game will tell you when you get all of those. It's not just this weird hidden thing you have to figure out by piecing together numbers and animations.
Yeah, there's because I go through the menu so quick, it might still be hard to tell, but whenever I change in weapons, there is like it'll just straight up say mobility fast, normal, slow, or not mobility, but like weight. And on the top left, I've learned a few different skills. I'll show it off a little bit later, but as I said in the tutorial, we get different blood codes, which is basically our different classes. And of course, each class has its own skill, and we learn the skills from killing things, which lets us use it on another class.
Yeah, unlike what you often see with these sorts of games, your build is determined by what blood code you use and what abilities, gifts you've got on.
That wasn't very convincing.
So you don't, like... There are no permanent decisions you make.
How are you doing?
You don't have to say, like, oh, I'm putting up to 40 points in strength before I do so much in dexterity or whatever.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, it's great, because then when you level up, you just level up. Your stats change when you change your blood code, so you don't have to worry about min-maxing.
Yeah, your level is just a scaling multiplier to things.
This all sounds very user-friendly.
Yeah,
waiting for the shoe to drop.
Oh, this weapon, bayonet, as I've shown off, you can shoot stuff, and as it is better than our pipe, so I kind of stick with it. I'll be kind of sticking with swords and bayonets. I'm not a huge fan of doing the two-handed stuff, but I mean, we got a dude behind us with a big-ass hammer, so he can fulfill that quota.
That bayonet is the same size Ella is.
Yeah?
Yeah, like... There are very few weapons in this game that I would call small.
Is there something good in there?
Oh yeah, even the one-handed swords are
it's open.
pretty damn long.
Yeah, they're like 6 feet or something.
Now,
and I think one of the biggest swords in the game is like 10 feet long or something.
Jeez.
You mean like
okay,
that?
I like this.
Is it like that sword
Anyway.
from Nier?
I don't know.
The,
But sorry, Layla, you were saying about something? Some mechanics thing?
So I picked up a, I believe they're called blood veils, which different types of armor, and as you know, clearly has an appearance change as well.
Yep.
But it does have one other change that I'll be showing off on this guy here.
Yep.
Whoa!
Yeah, it changes our backstab.
Well, the drain animation.
Or drain animation, yeah.
Yeah, it's not just backstabbing, even though that's probably the one you're going to see most.
Yeah, I don't know, I don't think I actually show it off, but at any point I can also hold X and I'll like do a charge and then do that move. It won't be as powerful as a backstab, but I can do it.
Didn't they pass us earlier?
But since it requires like waiting and charging, I don't
Are
really
you okay?
do that.
Did you get hurt?
How intuitive was all this to figure out when you first played?
The weight thing kind of took me a minute to like understand like why I wasn't able to dodge certain ways whenever I got other weapons. I was like, well, what the hell? You know, I got a sword. This is a sword. Why can't I dodge that way?
That could have gone better.
And then I actually did think that there was stat scaling when you leveled up, so I would swap my blood codes around before leveling up, because I'm stupid ass like that.
Don't worry about me. I'll be alright. Go on. You just focus on finding some blood beads, alright? That girl is waiting for you.
Well, rip the token overly friendly tutorial NPC partner.
Didn't know this was a BioWare game.
Right? I was thinking of the dude in KOTOR 1.
You just focus on finding some blood beads, alright? That girl is waiting for you.
You know, bro, we could just take that other dude's mask and put it on you. But maybe his
I think the mask failed him.
Yeah, probably. So I decide, hey, these guys like to feast on revenants, right? So here you go, dude, buffet.
You're a dick.
You parried.
So I'm showing off, showing off a parry since the tutorial briefly popped that up. I don't really like it because it's not as simple as just push it right before the enemy hits you, because there's like a slight delay to your parry. So you need to predict when your parry activates at the same time your enemy hits you. And I would just rather dodge out of the way.
Parrying in these games, like anything in this genre, is never something I've gotten a good handle on.
Look at this. Look at the trunk on this fellow.
Oh yeah, those guys are fuckers. But yeah, with parrying, and it's not even just like I have to wait till the enemy hits me just in time for my own thing to activate, but there's also an issue where like, I don't know what it is. Enemies, I swear they showboat forever. They'll sit there like, oh, I'm about to hit you, and they're just standing there. And then in like a quarter of a second, then they do their attack, and I'm like, oh fuck. It always throws me off.
I mean, you can sort of get a sense of where the attack is, but we'll see what can indicate that later.
Oh, and I have realized. Oh, time to change blood codes.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
Oh, you can do that anywhere?
Anywhere, yep.
Yes.
And I couldn't equip. So the fighter class had a strength buff, but I can't equip it as a ranger because the ranger doesn't have the stat needed to use that ability.
Mm-hmm.
And something I've completely neglected to talk about in the bottom right, that's where all of my skills are, and you also see a number. That is my total Iker. And I use that to use abilities, and I regenerate it by attacking enemies with my weapon. And whenever I do the backstabs or any kind of drain attacks, it increases my maximum. And then when I swap, right, and then when I swapped classes, it bottomed out my Iker total. Oh, you motherfucker! I had over 30, and now I'm back to 16, but now it'll go up to 18.
But yeah, using any of the active gifts is just press R2 and then push either the D-pad or one of the face buttons.
Yeah, it's nice and quick to access while still leaving your other abilities open.
When do you get Descending Dark?
Sounds like being a...
I'm sorry, what was that?
When do you get Descending Dark?
Descending Dark? I'm sorry, I don't get the reference.
Hollow Knight has a similar system where you get spell energy from hitting enemies with your nail.
Oh. No, yeah, I get back my Iker slowly whenever I hit an enemy. It takes about 2 or 3 hits to refill 1 Iker. And here I found an item. I should probably talk about the healing items. This one gives a permanent +1 to our, what would be our Estus flask. And so whenever I go back to the missile, I'll have 4 in total.
Nice.
So yeah, very, very important items.
Also, the Iker thing is something that sort of showed up in God Eater. I mean, you have like Oracle points that you generate from your melee attacks and then spend with your gun attacks because you only have one weapon, but it has a transforming mode between a melee thing and a ranged thing.
I'm noticing the map mostly just seems to show you where you've been.
Yeah, so before Oliver got wrecked, I did like purify a thing which expanded more of the map, and you might be able to make out a dude across the chasm with like a little red bulb thing growing out of him. If I kill him, it'll map out this area. So for now, though, the dots is useful for letting me know at the very least, oh, I've already came from that direction.
Yeah.
And what's cool is that the dots get smaller the longer you've been away from that area. Meanwhile, newer dots... Oh, see, that's why I don't parry. Newer dots will be bigger. So... really helpful in... I'll just say, really helpful in not getting lost.
I can't put a finger on why, but this is giving me strong Neo vibes.
Yeah, and that dude kind of got bugged up there. That was something different.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I wanted to say that indicator with the sort of braces arrows. That thing that's
above my health.
Above your health and above the white stamina bar.
Mm-hmm.
That thing is, I forget exactly what it's called, but it's sort of a limit break. Basically, it fills if you dodge, or you block, or you just take damage.
Right, it's like a, oh my god, focus gauge or something like that?
Focus, yes, that's the term.
So, showing off leveling up, just spend some haze, level up, and buying different skills. And so, when we buy a skill, we can only use it on that class, but once we kill X amount of enemies, then we can use it on other classes, assuming they got the stats for it.
Yep.
So hey, being able to poison enemies would be kind of useful, so I grabbed that one for now. These earlier codes don't have many skills, but later on we'll start getting ones that have quite a lot of skills.
Oh yeah.
And what's neat about the missile here is if I find other missile, I can teleport between them.
This may also tell you, or you can check on your map by pressing start, how much of the map you've actually filled out in the first place.
I might have to look into how deep the skill system goes, because it sounds like a
who gather blood beads. More concisely,
say you can get some pretty kick-ass things.
A human that died but got kicked away.
Because not only do you get just skills, but you also can get like passives as well.
As long as your heart is intact.
Cool. So that's yeah. You can only have 4 passes at a time, but still, it's always nice to like, oh, hey, some extra health or even just extra attack.
Creatures made to fight the horrors of the Great Collapse now have to fight their own fallen kin.
But yeah, here we are now at the
Each time
text
we die,
dump, lore dump.
some part of our memory, be it big or small. It's usual.
With the venom, is it actually a useful poison, or is it just kind of barely anything?
Well, your case is
It's decent. Even on bosses that are vulnerable to it.
The lost or revenants.
Yeah, this game also does statuses a little bit differently than other games where,
our heart is destroyed,
like you may have even noticed it on me when I got attacked by those jelly things, but it'll have like an icon of the status and it slowly fills up as you get hit by it more, where then it gets inflicted on you.
The air in this place has something in it that speeds up the bloodthirst. We call it miasma. The mask helps filter it out. Missile purifies.
And what's nice though, too, is that there are some items and abilities that'll be like, oh, it'll make, oh my god, prevent X stat. Well, you can see, oh, well, I'm getting hit by it. I'm not immediately affected by it, so I can now use this item because I know I'm getting hit by it, as opposed to like other games where it's like, I'll have to assume I'm going to get hit by it, and I may just waste the item because I don't get hit by it.
But there's something we can use in its place.
Oh, and remember how I said this game is designed around having an AI buddy?
They started appearing after the Queen frenzy.
Status clearing gifts are one of the things that you spread to anybody in your party.
Cool.
That's right.
Not everyone wakes up right away. Some are still asleep. We lose our memories and need human blood to survive. Revenants are imperfect, both as weapons and as creatures, but we were needed to fight against the horrors. The Queen was our hope for solving such problems, but, well, bringing back the dead is...
I keep expecting to hear the standard anime voice actors, and I'm just not hearing them.
She went into a frenzy. And there was a great war involving all
I don't know who you'd consider standard anime voice actors.
Missile is a sort of
Yuri Lowenthal.
Renders it safe.
Of course.
It's one of the successes of Project Queen.
He's not any main thing.
Even if
like,
it withers,
I know there are a couple of like anime voice actors who are just there for the players.
If activated missile.
Sorry for the player voices.
Be a big help in exploration.
Let me think.
Maybe next video, partner. Later.
Yeah.
See ya.